Great day for baseball. Excited to be with you today. Opening day, fall practice. Play our first inter-squad tonight, and I know from the coaching staff on down, we're all very excited to get on the field. Been doing individual work for 5 weeks. It's going very well, but it's time to get on the field, compete a little bit, get more game-like situational stuff happening, and the guys are very excited, and 6 o'clock tonight under the lights, guys are looking forward to it. Been very pleased so far with our workouts. We're in year 3 as a coaching staff, and it shows. Having several guys on a club that we've coached for 2 or 3 years now, that more guys setting the standard for these are the expectations, these are the work habits. This is how hard we play, how hard we compete, how hard we practice, and so implementing new things has been much easier for us as a coaching staff, just because we have more guys that have been through it a year or two with us, and the work habits that those returning guys have exhibited just rubs off on the new guys. The learning curve is less when we have more guys leading at the front, and that's what excites me about our club and about the guys we have returning on this club. Just going to run down our roster a little bit and talk about the roster, and we're very fortunate. We've got guys from all over the country. I think we've got 20 different states on our roster represented, as well as several Canadians. Got kids from all over the country, all over the world that have come to Spartanburg, South Carolina to play baseball for USC Upstate, and I think it leads to a great culture, great environment. Guys sharing a locker room from kids from other parts of the world, places they've never visited before, and I think it's very unique and something I really like about our roster and about our clubhouse. But positionally, we've got a good nucleus of guys back. Obviously we're coming off a great year last year where we established a lot of school records, things of that nature, and a good nucleus coming back that I think, we had a taste of success last year. We did a lot of great things, but we didn't reach our ultimate goal, which is we want to be in a regional. And I think that taste of success has brought a good nucleus of guys back that are hungry for this year. Positionally, certainly headlined by, I've got 3 all-conference performers back. Devin Buckner, DH last year from Lexington, Kentucky, is healthier this year. Expect him to contribute behind the plate as well as at first base this year. Noah Rabin was an all-conference third baseman last year from Lugoff, South Carolina. Just going to be a year older, a year more experienced, and expect another big year from him. And Jack Hennessy, right here in Spartanburg, South Carolina, is all-conference outfielder, and same with Henny. The more he plays, the more experience he gets, the better he gets. And all 3 of those guys kind of headline our returning position players, but I've got several other key contributors. Cam McIntosh has been a 2-year starter for me at second base. Has gotten better every year. I like where he's at headed into the fall. Jeff Taylor's a senior outfielder that's been a starter here quite a bit over the last couple of years and continues to get better. He's learning to manage. He's student teaching this semester, learning to manage his time there between the baseball and the school. Even more so than what these guys do as college students. And Damon Maynard was a starting catcher last year. Damon is back and is a year older, a year more mature. Adam Grove, Chase Matheny are both redshirt juniors that contributed a lot last year, but also ready to grab bigger roles this year. And I expect to have good falls and like where they're at. Easton Collison, Chandler Kelly are both infielders that played a little bit last year. Obviously would like to have a bigger role, and certainly that's what the fall is about for not just those guys, but for our entire roster. It's an opportunity to compete, be evaluated, learn how we do things, and those guys have set a great example so far in our work habits. I expect that to continue once we start our inter squads. Several newcomer position players. I'll talk about our transfers first. We've got quite a few of them. Peter Furia is a sophomore catcher, transfer from Everett Community College out in Washington. Troy Hamilton's a sophomore infielder, transfer from Indian River Community College out in Florida. Brady Hinkle's a junior catcher from Tacoma Community College out in Washington. Nick Iannatone's a a sophomore, redshirt sophomore outfielder from Johnson County Community College out in Kansas. Kyle Lehman is a sophomore outfielder from Southeastern Community College in Iowa. Noah Myers, a senior outfielder, transfer, played at University of South Carolina the last 2 years. Grant Sherrod's a sophomore infielder, outfielder from Lower Columbia Community College out in Washington. You can see we hit the West Coast pretty hard with some of our transfers. From our freshman position players, Jake Armsey's a freshman infielder from Akron, Ohio. Carter Brady's a freshman outfielder from Parkland, Florida. Cole Caruso's a freshman infielder from Scottsdale, Arizona. Drew Gugino, freshman outfielder, Charlotte, North Carolina. Al Holken is a freshman first baseman, left-handed pitcher from Chicago, Illinois. Jace Reinhardt's a freshman catcher from Mannington, West Virginia. And Noah Sullivan, freshman outfielder, first baseman from Orlando, Florida. And we get a chance to see all those guys this fall. That's the beauty about the fall and the importance of the fall. I mean, we got a lot of good players and opportunity to compete all fall, and everybody wants to play. Everybody doesn't get to play when it comes springtime, but in the fall it's an opportunity for everybody to get similar number of at-bats and be evaluated and so forth. So excited to see our new guys out on the field today. From a pitching standpoint, obviously we had a headline pitching staff last year that was amongst the nation's leaders most of the year in several categories, and we've lost some key guys to graduation in professional baseball, but it doesn't mean the cupboard's bare. I actually like the guys coming back that we have on our staff. I think we have several very capable arms that are ready to grab bigger roles than they had a year ago. Headlining our pitching staff coming back is Kevin Davis. Kevin's an all-conference closer last year. Had a great year for us a year ago. Had some opportunities as a free agent to go to pro ball. Decided, he felt he's a draft and he's got taken an opportunity to come back and really prove that he deserves to be in that draft. And it's really, I like the development of him. Even at this point in his career, I mean, he's still getting better, and I think his best baseball's ahead. Austin Morgan, he won't throw this fall, but is a senior right-handed pitcher. We leaned on him heavily last year, out of the bullpen. Year before that, he started a lot for us. He's a guy we're going to lean heavily on next spring, and while you won't see him this fall, you'll get used to seeing him next spring. And he's a competitor and excited about him coming back. Sawyer Worrell's a sophomore left-handed pitcher. Really had 2 good years for us. He's pitched in both relief and starting roles, and has pitched in some of our biggest games of the year, and we're excited for another year for him. I mean, he's ready to grab a bigger role. And Trey Miller and Jake Kubler, both sophomore pitchers that pitched a lot for us last year. Had made major contributions as freshmen on a very good team, and I think both are primed to have bigger roles this year. Nate Payne's a junior right-handed pitcher. Started some for us, both on the weekend and midweek last year. Really like what he's done from a physicality standpoint this summer. Really committed in the weight room, and you can see it, in his everyday activities, and look forward to him getting out there this fall. And then Derek Civic is another one that didn't pitch a lot for us early last year, pitched a fair amount at the end of the year, went out and had a great summer and has picked up where he's left off, and looking for big things out of Derek. And we've got 4 red shirts, and that's one of the things about having such a strong staff a year ago, that many times some of these guys would have pitched a year ago, but just didn't think it could justify utilizing a year of eligibility for a sparse number of innings, and I think they're all ready to be contributors. Will Balkin's a right-handed pitcher, junior, returning from Tommy John, which he had before he got here last year. Lucas Tuma is a redshirt freshman, right-handed pitcher from Canada. He's got a good arm, and we're excited about Lucas. And Evan Heine is another freshman right-hander that he and Lucas both, I think, were guys that on normal years they pitched for us a year ago, but they benefited greatly from the year, and they're stronger, their pitchability's better, and they're more knowledgeable, and I think they're ready. And Riley Kirkpatrick's also a redshirt freshman left-handed pitcher that had a great summer. And then new guys on the mound. Transfers. Jacob Curry's a senior right-handed pitcher, grad transfer from UNC Greensboro, was a key contributor on their pitching staff there, just like I expect him to be here. AJ Hacker's a sophomore right-handed pitcher from John Logan Community College. We probably won't see AJ this fall, but he's got a good arm, and we look forward to him getting back to health. Dylan Harley, another sophomore left-handed pitcher, transfer from the University of South Carolina. Was a key arm for them 2 years ago until he had Tommy John. Still recovering from that, but making progress. I like the progress he's making, and excited to see him out here at some point this fall. And Will Lozenak's another grad transfer from Morehead State. I had the pleasure of coaching Willie a couple years ago when I was at Morehead State. Threw a lot of big innings for us and some big ball games, and glad to have him on our staff. Matt Murphy's a sophomore right-handed pitcher. Transfer from USC Lancaster, as a kid that had Tommy John there. Just coming back. I like where he's at. I think he's got a chance to really develop. He's coming off Tommy John. So, I think there's, a group of guys there, some of them transfer that, have some health issues that, we got to get through, this fall and get better. And I think you'll see our true pitching staff come springtime. But a couple other transfers, Zach Stevenson, the sophomore right-hand pitcher, junior right-hand pitcher rather, from Tonkawa Community College in Oklahoma. He's a Texas kid, but went junior college in Oklahoma. And Christian Williams, a redshirt freshman left-handed pitcher, is a Virginia kid, redshirted at TCU last year. And those are our transfers. Got some freshmen we're excited about. Barrett Barkley's a right-handed pitcher from Macon, Georgia. Gage Galat is a right-handed pitcher from Connellsville, Pennsylvania. Julian Parsons, a right-handed pitcher from Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. Ben Roberts, another right-hander from Canada, Burlington, Ontario, Canada. Clayton Stewart's a right-handed pitcher from Lexington, South Carolina. I think, freshmen that I think have a chance to be good. Obviously making the adjustment to the college game, and I think that's what's exciting about the fall is, a lot of these kids, were very good pitchers at a lesser level, but the game moves a little faster. You got a little more to worry about, a little more attention to detail at this level, and the learning curve. We got to lessen that curve over the course of this fall. We've got some exciting things happening this fall. We've got 3 scrimmages against outside competition. A week from today, on October 6th at 5 p.m. right here, we play the Fieldhouse Pirates, a group out of Canada. NCAA allows you to play one opponent every year from an international opponent that doesn't count against your 56. And so we look forward to playing them on next Wednesday. And then Sunday, October 24th at 1 p.m., we play Lander University here. That'll be somewhere around 14, 16 innings that day. And then Sunday, November 7th, we play here at 1 p.m. against Appalachian State, which will be at the back end of our fall. And it should be a good test for us. I think part of the fall is you want to get better. Not only are we competing, evaluating, but learning our style, our way of doing things, our philosophy. And I think playing App State at the end of the fall will give us a good barometer to test ourselves, gauge where we're at, the improvements we made. I promise you we're going to be a better club in November than we are tonight, but at the same time we're very excited to get on the field tonight. Really appreciate Gamecast and getting us on the air like this. This is a special thing, for our players, but especially our parents, as many of you save up your vacation days for the springtime, and rightfully so, but it gives you an opportunity to follow along and see what we're doing this fall and get a glimpse of how your son's doing. So it also helps us grow our brand, and that's we're proud of where we are as a program here at USC Upstate. Our program has covered a lot of ground in 2 years, but we're not at our peak. We want to continue to climb, and this is part of it. Thanks, and I look forward to checking in with you in the next week or so.